Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Leslie. I had a few questions about my Bamboo 3D printer. I have the A1, and people are asking me, is there anything I wish I had or I could change about it? The answer is no, it's awesome. The only thing I would suggest you do right from the start, which was a lesson learned on my part, is to buy what's in this great little box right here. It came last night. So I am going to show you this. This was the very first thing I printed, and it is a poop bucket. You are going to want a poop bucket, okay? Because printing with 3D, with filament, creates poop. The nozzle extrudes filament at the beginning, and that filament is used to clear the nozzle head for the next color, to make sure that it's as the nozzle is heating up, um, or as you're removing your filament, you're done your print, more will extrude. There's a lot of poop. So print yourself a handy little poop basket, and I'll show you where this one goes when we go over to the printer. What else do I wish I know? I wish that I had played with the program a little bit more. But as I'm going along, I'm adding, I want to change my layers, or I want to change the thickness, or I'm new to all the new terms, so I'm not going to try to use them, but I'm adding something new every couple of prints so that I learn. And one big thing I learned was that I live upstairs in the main house. Downstairs here, we have an apartment that we are using as my craft studio. And if a print has 10 colors at this stage of the game, I had to run up and down, and I will show you why. Just give me a second to get you over there. This big arm right here at the top of my machine is where the filament goes. Big roll or small. And by that, I mean these two. There's the big one. There's the small one. They hang up here. Okay? And the filament feeds into the tube and down to my nozzle head. But if I was printing something in gray and it had a layer of, let's say, what I grabbed here, the purple, then I had to run up and down. And if the layer of purple went, if the gray went for 3 layers, the purple for 2, the gray for 3, the purple for 2, each time I had to be here to change it over. I still love my printer. Please don't get me wrong. But this is a game changer for me, and I will show you. I'll take you back over here. So this is called Bamboo Labs AMS Lite. Because I have the A1, it uses the Lite, L-I-T-E. It is available on the website, separate from the printer. I have to tell you that. It was a little tricky to find at first, but have patience because it is there, along with any of the parts that are, I guess you would call them consumables, because you may have to replace them at some point. So when I open up this box for the very first time, in the top I find an instruction manual. Don't throw it aside. Your screws are on the back. Instruction manual. On the back is the screws. I also find safety guidelines, just like with everything else. And then I find this. And this will tell us how many colors I can now use with my printer. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no more running up and down stairs unless I am printing more than 4 colors. Now, before anybody has to ask, there is not yet a light or an option to print more than 4 colors at this time. So if your project takes 10, you are going to have to be aware to switch colors. But the great thing is the machine will let you know when it's time. And if you're following it through the program on your phone, then you will hear the beep and be aware that it is time. All right, so these pieces are going to clip on. One is in yellow. One is in, what color is this one? Green. And they clip onto the arms, which I will find inside the box. So I'll just throw this piece over here. I have everything out of that piece. And now we come to the main part. So here we go. We're going to lift this bad boy out. And it comes in a really big bag. So here we go. And in here you will find the stand for the AMS Lite. Okay. So let's get this bag open. Throw it over there. So there is the stand. let me just do this. Just give me one moment here. I want to make sure there's nothing else hidden in the bottom of the box, and I'm going to put the box on the ground. Do not forget to pull out your Allen key for the screws, okay? There's nothing in here. It comes very well packed. I absolutely have no fear of anything being broken. So there we go. We have two of our clips that will go on. We have our stand. And now we need to reach in here and pull out this big boy, which already has the other two colored clips on it. So now I am just going to take this and I'm going to move it over there. And now let the fun begin. So the green to the green, and you just push. And it will clip on, but I'm warned that it can be a little challenging. I might, oh, there we go. There's one. It feels to me like I'm almost breaking it. I'm pushing so hard, but honestly, I'm not, okay? And here goes two. There we go. Just make sure that they all turn so that part is good. Now here is where we need our screws. And they are tiny, itty bitty little screws. But that's all we need them to be. So we are going to take this. We are going to set it in here like so and push until the screws line up there. And now we open this up. And here we go. I'll put my screws there. I know you can't see them, but they are there. I'll put my screws there. And I will get out the screwdriver that came with it, because that way I don't have to go up to the garage. This one will work just fine, I am sure. Now, I am going to sit in my chair here only because it's easier to see the screw holes and get these in. So, the screw holes are right there on the side, right there. And I would suggest putting them in not quite all the way until you have it lined up, because just like with anything, whoops, else, we all know that sometimes we need to adjust. So I am going to pause you guys, get these screws in, because you don't need to watch this. There's two on this side and two on the other side. So we'll get them in and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I've got all of our clickers on, all of the screws in, and now I just need to grab my scissors because I don't have wire cutters down here at the moment. And I just take off this zap strap that was on there. In case you're wondering, I'm not throwing things on the floor. The garbage is right there. And now we're going to do the tubes. So it's quite simple. Our instruction manual says, insert the short tubes. And I'm sure you can see that some are shorter than others, into ports 1 and 2. And these ports are all numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So let's do that. Inside. Oh, right, I forgot. It had to go on the right side, so I simply swung my print bed around. And I wanted to show you something else. When I printed my poop basket, which is right here, and due to the indent on it, slides right into the arm, I also printed this. And it is a scraper for helping remove things from the bed. And they send you the scraper head, but you print out the arm, the finger piece, and the little holder. And I just keep it right here next to my little poop scoop. All right, so those two things were important, the poop gatherer and the arm, like the scraper, to get things off. Okay, so what we are doing here is taking the two short ones and inserting them into ports 1 and 2. The ports, okay, the numbers have nothing to do with up here. They are on here. Right on there, there's a sticker with 1 and 2 on it. So the short ones go to 1 and 2. Okay, so let's do this. First, I have to take off the wire that's around them that helped contain them for travel. And this end here with this gray piece is going to be the one that goes closest to the machine, and this end with the little ring sorter for the tubes goes closest to the print bed, okay? So let's do port 1, and all I have to do is just shove her in. And it can be a little bit hard, but I am sure that you will be able to get it if you remain as stubborn as I am. There we go. There's one. Now making sure I have the other short one. There we go. That should be two, and they're in. Now I will hold it up like this. Oops, oops, oops. I don't want it crossing over like that. Okay, there we go. Now I will do this one here. You can feel it reach. You can feel it click in. Let's put it that way. You can really feel it clicking into place. And then when you try to pull it out, it won't come out. So there we go. They are in. Now I'm going to pull my little bed forward as gently as I can because I have short arms. And I'm going to remove the tubing from this little guy. And this can be tricky, but maintain your patience. It can be done, okay? While I take this out, I will pause you and I will come back when it's time to put these in. Okay, guys, as you can see, I took the top off and I removed my hose from there. Now, the thing to know is that when you are removing hose from this, you need a pair of tweezers. Any pair of tweezers will do. And what you do is you take your hose on either side of the tweezers and you just push down. And then you have to pull up as hard as you can in order to get them to release, okay? Now, it says click the data cable organizer into here. There is a space for it, so we can click that in, and that will keep it from coming down to the print bed. Now, what does it say? Insert the long tubes into ports 3 and 4. Now, the problem I have is I do not see ports marked here. So let me have a, yeah, we did that, we did that. We did that. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. I got it. So the long ones here. So once again, you're looking for the long and the short tube. These are the two short ones. They will go, whoops, dropped it. Let me have a look here, sort these out to see which side is which. The short one will come to here, and it just pushes in nice and snug. So each of the short ones go there. Let me see this one before I do anything. Each of the short ones go on the side closest to here, and each of the long ones go on that side. I'm just going to push and make sure that they are in. And now let's see. Let me see here. That is that part done. Now there is a wire on the side here that we will take care of. So the great thing about the AMS light is the fact that all these ports are numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you had a filament roll from Bambu Labs, it would be this color, and it would have a QR code or like a tag on it. And the machine, this part, can read that tag and tell the print bed what color is where. But I don't have any from Bambu Labs at this time, so I am going to use my own and in the program tell it what color is where, so it will just continuously feed the colors needed. I love that. I adore it. So there was part here that I was going to tell you about, but first there is an empty slot on the side here. I'm going to go around and plug in the light. So let me get the AMS plugged in here. This little cord here has a spot right there. It can be a little tricky, but if you just lift a little bit, then it should go right in. Okay. Oh, that's a little bit heavier than I expected. A little more awkward. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's get you out of here. By lifting that up. And now I should be able to, oh my, I have the new slide. That's right, it plugs into the back, guys. So not into the side, into the back. There's 2 ports here at the back, and I am going to plug it in there. Now, if I decide that I do not like my AMS sitting here, I can print a piece that goes at the top, just like you saw the other one. Remove this piece from the stand and put it up top. And that way, we have our thing up off the desk. Okay, but I think that I want mine, at least for now until I get used to using it, to stay on the desktop. So there we go, guys. It was as simple as that to install the AMS. Don't let me confuse you. I thought this was the data port on the side, but that was for the Mini. The picture I looked at was for the A1 Mini. It is the data port here. On the A1, it is the data port in the back. So keep that in mind. Really watch your picture. And I am sure that everything will be fine. Going to put my poop basket back in. The other thing I printed off, I should show you this. Oh, but I can't get it off now. It hangs right here. And you can see it there. It's just made with green filament. It clipped onto the side. And it allows the poop to bounce off because it kind of flings the poop and drop into the basket. I also use a glue stick if I'm having bad adhesion problems. But that sums it up. We are ready to go with the AMS light. Now, there is a couple of more things I want to tell you. Okay? So let me bring you back over to me. Hi. So it really was simple, okay? The hardest part, honestly, for me was getting the hose out of the AMS on the main unit because it feeds in so tight. Okay, so now we have that up. And here it says, please avoid using the AMS light to print flexible materials, including TPU, never tried it, TPE, never tried it, or absorbent PVA. So avoid those, and avoid using materials that are too hard or brittle, including third-party reinforcement materials. And there's a whole list that I have never heard of, don't care to. Okay, but now I am set up and I can use up to 4 colors or more, but 4 colors at once. And I am so excited. I will keep my book handy because it does show spool loading and it shows what to do if the filament gets stuck. It shows how to map the filaments, they call it, that you want to use if you do not have one of theirs. So there we go. I am going to go and start a print. Okay. I hope that you guys, oh, hang on. There's something I forgot to tell you. Now that spring is here, we're getting going in the orchard. So I will be knocking my videos down to 2 a week. Let me think here. What days am I not out in the orchard? I have well over 200 head of garlic out there to take care of, plus all the trees to help my husband with. So I think that I will take and do a video on Tuesday and a video on Friday. So starting next week, my videos will be 2 a week on Tuesday and Friday. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to message me. I hope you guys have a great day. And like I tried to show you today, if you have the A1, don't be scared to buy the AMS light. It wasn't hard to put on. The hardest part was getting the hose out. Take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.